Morning, guys. It's what, going on 10, and we're about 88 in the garage. Oh, excuse me. And last night I took the top out and wiped it down. Broke out the can of carburetor and choke cleaner. Got the handy dandy little toothbrush, and the basket's there, and the main part of the carburetor soaking in there. So yeah. So that's where we're at. So we're going to end up, we'll start brushing this down and cleaning this up. I took this off, and it didn't seem, I mean, it looked like it was part of, there's a diaphragm in there, and it looked like it was a spring right here. It looked like it was part of the choke. Again, this didn't loosen up, and I don't know if it does, but it seems to me it should because of the catch. I mean, you have indicators right there, but we'll see what happens. We might be able to get it to, no, not turning. Okay. All right, so we'll finish cleaning it up and see what happens. Might have issues with this choke, but we'll go from there. So, also after investigating, the float did not break, as you see. This must be a keeper of some kind. So, but the float's still in one piece. So Kenny, you want me to use the new float? No, we'll use the new float, I guess. But this one still looks pretty good shape. So, and then this is the accelerator pump. So, but we'll pull that out here in a minute, get it sitting there draining over there, and this is, and get cleaning on this. So, we'll get you back up on the tripod, and you can watch me clean for a little bit later. I did it again. I started without getting the video going. We're in the process of cleaning up the top. We already fuel inlet into the float bowl. We are where the needle and seat go. We already cleaned that out, and it was quite dirty. I don't know if you all can see it, but yeah. So now we're gonna clean this butterfly, and then we'll set this aside and we'll pull the other one out of the tank. I want to leave the base in there as long as I can, so. This stuff's good. So this is primarily what's going to be happening today, is nothing but cleaning. I'm sorry, I'm probably a little more anal than others than that, but I think if you clean it enough to where you can put it together with your bare hands and not get your hands dirty, then you did a good job. Okay. I've taken this out and I've blown out all the passages, the venturis. This is the exhaust for the float bowl. Hit those two, and so this is starting to look pretty good. Still trying to figure out this choke. Yeah, there's a couple of comments made on yesterday's video that musty 1 or VW nut, and I said, yeah, I wish both of them were here. I mean, again, I'll put my little disclaimer out there. I have rebuilt carburetors before with good success, and a carburetor to me is a carburetor. God, that's filthy. And I don't see any reason why I couldn't tackle this one. So there it is. We'll set it aside. that sat in there overnight, so it should be good and clean. Top said it was in there in the stuff for the gunk for what was it, close to 8 hours, 9 hours. I took it out last night around 10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock. Yeah. So. We'll pull this over here and start wiping it down. Seeing where it's at. Okay, how's it going? It came good? Alright, yeah, this is good. Alright. So, now we'll take the basket. Take you, you. That's it. You can soak for all day. So that's what you get to see if you want to watch. If I keep this going, that's what you get to see me do. Is now we're cleaning up the base. So, not to bore the hell out of you guys, I'm going to shut you guys off if you don't mind. And I'll clean up the base when I sit there and start doing something new other than cleaning this up. I'll bring you all back, okay? Thanks for watching. Later. Hey guys, don't mind the fan noise in the background. We've gotten this fairly clean. I still got to clean this area out. This is a vacuum port. There's a diaphragm and a spring to go in there. And so I got to finish cleaning this out. And we'll blow it out. And then top's done. So. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to go blow this out. And just as I expected, with the air pressure, popped the choke out for me. So, I don't know if you guys see that. Yeah. So now we got this area to clean up, then we can put it back together. So, need to get the plastic insert out. Oh, this ain't bad. I don't know, can you guys see that? It's not too bad. Yeah. It's definitely. I wonder if it'll come off with some of this. Exciting watching somebody clean parts, isn't it? Guess I could do fast forward on it. I'm going to be doing more cleaning, so if you guys want to go, we can shut it off. I'll bring you back. Actually, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to bring you back when I get it all cleaned up and I'm ready to reassemble. Alright? Alright. Later. Hey tubers, let's see. Carburetor's all clean. Everything is clean going with it. Here's the bag of parts. I keep it in the space because I'll show you. There's a method for my madness. These are all the old parts over here. This is everything that's been, all the parts we had through the washer. And by the way, Kenny, that's down there. I'll bring it with me when I bring the carb. And then the gaskets. So my goal here is, when I get all said and done, is that all the parts on this table will be the only parts that I'm going to use to assemble that carburetor. Everything else will be put up. So, give you an example. This is the bolt out of the bottom of the float bowl right there. And it's got a washer on it. So, see if I can do this. We'll take that washer off. See if we can find one that's similar in the kit. Can't find one. Looks like we're using the old washer. Okay, that comes over here. Alright, let's take this needle. Okay, we have one in there. Yeah, we do. That looks the same. So, let's take that, put it over there in the done pile, the new one. The old one will go in this Ziploc. I keep all the parts in case you ever need it. Alright, what else we got in there? Oh, you can go for the needle and seat, roughly. This is the old one. 2 holes, no holes. Wonder if that's going to make a difference. I don't know. But we'll hang on to it anyway. And put this over into there, the new pot. Alright. So, I know there's not a replacement for this main jet. And I know this air valve, air control, some air valve. Now this doesn't match up with anything. This is the other jet I took out. So we'll put this over here. And this will go over here. Alright, this is your idle. So we'll put it back in here. This is the float, your keeper to keep the float in place. And I think in here, in the new float, I thought I saw one. Could be mistaken, but we have one anyway. Oh, there it is, right there. So we'll hang on, we'll put that over here. Alright, this is that vacuum off the side of the choke. It's a vacuum diaphragm, I guess it is, some kind, I don't know. Here's its replacement. Okay. Set that there. This goes over here. Alright. Accelerator pump. Accelerator pump. Okay, gotta punch that 4th hole out. Okay, that's okay. You'll do it. That goes over here. That goes over here. Alright. Now, this comes over here for the new float. The new float's there. Here's the old float over here. Let's take a look at these gaskets. Let's start with this one here. So closest thing would be this one. But no, it's too small. Okay, that doesn't fit. Excuse me. Not one of these fit. Interesting. All right. This is going to be good. All right, guys. I got to sort this one out. More in a minute. Sorry about that. I couldn't figure out why the gaskets weren't matching up, but then I came across and I sat there and I looked. This one's stamped a little bit bigger on the outside. It has more of an outside edge than this one. But this is the one that matches up. You've got the little radius right here, then it's opened here. These two are open. It's open there. Same thing here. Got the hole up here on the top. Take it to the base, and this be the one. So then these will go into the extra parts Ziploc. So, and that'll go. Now these gaskets, it looks like you got a base, but I don't know what these two are for. Intake, probably intake gaskets. This is a carburetor base, so those will also go into there. And so looks like all I got left on the bench here are parts that are going to go into the carburetor. So let me get you guys on the tripod and we'll pick this up then. We'll start assembly. Morning, tubers. It's a couple minutes after 9 and there's the temp and clear day. Going to be toasty today though. They said we're going to be up in 108. So last night I started assembling the carburetor and I totally forgot to turn on the camera, so I did, well, let's get it out. And you're saying, what's it in the freezer for? Well, I adjusted the choke and I had to check it. So, as you can see, the spring is there, okay, and you can see in here the outside casing of the choke, and that's roughly where it was when I took it apart. But the casing was all corroded up and everything, and I couldn't get it in, and you're supposed to turn it to adjust the tension on the spring for the choke, and I couldn't get it, so I had to put it in the vise and get a string. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Get a string of emery cloth and clean it up so it'll get the corrosion off, so it'll go back in together. So, and then I figured out how am I going to check the choke, and so I threw it in the freezer last night. So I would say that is adjusted. Freezer's about 6 degrees. We'll let it sit here and thaw out and then see. And then the only thing we got left to do on this assemble the top, is put the needle and seat in right here. Alright, I'll check it when I put the camera down. Well, let me get you guys back into the back into the tripod, and then we'll finish assembling this. Got to give Kenny a call and see what he's got planned for today. More in a minute. Hey tubers. Alright, this is now warmed up, and you can see the choke only gets tension on the spring roughly right about there. So, and I roughly clocked it exactly where it was when I disassembled it. So now we'll install or do this vacuum pod here, or vacuum diaphragm, or whatever the dang thing is. There's a little pin next to the screw hole, so it tells you how it's going to go in. Okay. Alright. Supposed to slide right in, index it, okay. Okay, hang on guys. Alright, don't ask me what I did, because I don't know. But I just kept jerking it, playing with it, and finally got it in. And you can see the little dowel pin where it fits in. Spring that goes on, then the plate, and then the screws. Here's the spring. You know, you Volkswagen guys are probably laughing your asses off at me. I don't care. This is interesting. I'm learning something new, which is always a good thing to do in your life. Key is will it work? So, the vacuum's done, so the top is pretty much assembled. Set that aside, and let's start on the base. So since we're right here, let's do the accelerator pump. We'll need this, the gasket, and the spring. And the 4 screws. So, I downloaded the diagram. So supposedly the spring goes in first, and then this goes on top, and then the gasket. So I guess we need to get the gasket. Bear with me, guys. That sits in there. Line everything up. Okay. Rotate it. This is going to be fun. Rotate it around. The spring. Okay. I'm going to need to get an awl to line those up, or jeweler's screwdriver might work. Alright, this is going to be boring, but I got to do it 3 times, so just sit there and bring it around, try to line up the holes, screw it down in, and we'll do that. So when I get doing something different, I'll bring it back. Alright guys, those were fun to line up. But the accelerator pumps together. So, see what else. This is that air combination jet or whatever, I don't know. I'm just going from what this is telling me. Let's flip it over to this side. This is, I think this is the main idle jet, if I'm not mistaken. Or, I don't know all the terminology. But, yeah. Let's use every screwdriver. Isn't this exciting? Right there. What I usually do is 2.5 turns, so there's 1. There's 2. And 1/2. All right. Smaller jet. This is what was happening when I was there trying to adjust the carb on Monday is that it just wouldn't idle for some reason. You get it to idle, but it wouldn't idle down. So so there's that, Here's the, I guess you call it the float bowl drain. The idle adjustment screw. Hang on, guys. Sprayed a little WD-40 on it. Let's see what happens. It's the screw so badly corroded that you can put it right back to where it was, and that's roughly what I did. So let me back it out and I'll show you. Yeah, let me see the camera. See the corrosion, and you can just screw it right up to the where it gets darker there. Yeah. So we'll set it back to where it's not corrosion, I guess it's where the metal turned color from being corroded over the years. So yeah. Alright. So that leaves us with the gasket, the float. So sorry, getting a drink of water. They put the pin in. And set the float in. Okay. And the keeper, the small plastic keeper. So when it's all done, that's what it looks like. The keeper's right there. You can see the pin, and it's in the two notches that are in the base. And the float does so. Next up, the gasket just went on. Uh-oh, some dog's not happy. I gotta give Kenny a call and see what he wants to do. Because this thing will be done here in about the next 10 minutes. I'd like to go over to his house and put it on and see if it's gonna work. You know? Could not find any documentation on how to adjust the float, so I'm assuming there was really no adjustment. I don't know. I'm just snugging these down right now. Okay, let's tighten them up. I wonder what this is. Anybody know? Screws into the base. Right here. Had to replace the gasket on it. There's a gasket. No, don't have to be real super tight. Okay. So I think that was... Is that a port? Okay, we're gonna have to get my phone. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna shut you off. I'll bring you back in a minute. Sorry about that, I had to get my phone. This is why you take pictures. Because I know one of these three was a vacuum port and the others were open, and I think it's this one here. So, come on, phone. Pictures. Yep, top one. See it? So it's that one. Alright. Let's go have a handy dandy little plug set. Need a proper fitting plug. Come on. Get that on there. And then there was this one here. There you go, Kenny. One rebuilt carburetor. And get it over to Kenny's house. It's up to him if he wants to do a video on installing and see if it works. I want to know, I'd like to know if it works, if the rebuilt works. Sometimes they don't work. I've had that experience, but this is all Kenny's, so, and plus the gallon, so we'll take it with. So that's it. Hope y'all have a good day, and we'll pick this up on a something later. Just got back from taking Kenny the carb, and I'm gonna change this paper before we paint. And now we're back on my stuff. So we got a few things going on. I think I'm going to do something. Got a wet sand mat, and I got 3 more days before I got to 4 more days. I got to check when I got to paint this. Have to get it in the clear before I scuff it and got to resheet the white and everything else all over again. So, but yeah, just a side note, Kenny's got the carb. We were going to put it on, but he didn't have studs for it, so he's going to call me when he gets around to putting it on, and I'll come up and see if I can adjust it out for him. But other than that, that's it. So I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing, and of course leaving comments. And remember my disclaimer: I am not a Volkswagen mechanic, nor do I confess or fess up or whatever to be one. And I did not sleep at a Holiday Inn last night either. So no, it's a fairly simple carburetor. I think I put it back together right, so we'll find out. Everybody have a good one. Later.